Hi everyone, so today I have some beautiful gel polishes to share with you from Madam Glam. I have worked with them in the past many years ago and a little more recently. I will say I do have a new discount code for 35% off, so I'll talk about that in just a moment. My old code was for 30% off. It still works, but you definitely want to use that 35. So they did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and the links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. I have this turned upside down because my information's on there, but this is what the box looks like. A little more information about recycling, it says. So there you go. It does say it's vegan, cruelty-free, palm oil-free, 21-free formula, HEMA-free. So we have all that information. I will pause if there is a chemical makeup on the bottle, so you can pause on that and read what's in it. So if it's something you're interested in or not. Really cute. I love this packaging. This is new. I think in the past I've had black packaging, but I love the little hands here. It's really cute. Madam Glam, New York. Everything you love at your fingertips. And so I'll go ahead and open this up. I will say, since I've worked with them in the past, they've launched like a subscription program, which is really cool. I think the first subscription you do comes with like all this cool stuff, a lamp and everything else. Obviously your polishes, all these great things, some tools. And then the next one would just be polishes every month or quarter, however it is. But very cool. So you guys can check that out too. But I do have a discount code for you guys, and I'll have it maybe listed in the video, but definitely in the description box there, okay? Along with the color names that I chose to work with this time around. So let's open this up. It looks like it's a little bit open, but not quite completely open. Okay. Oh, yes, I love it. They still have that pink interior. So before, like I said, it was a black box with this pink interior, but I love that because it keeps your polishes safe, right? It's really well insulated. So I will say they did send along a base and top coat, which are these guys. So your soak off base coat and your soak off no wipe top coat. I know a lot of companies, more recently, I think they're just going to no wipe because everybody wants a no wipe top coat. Like, I don't know why you would want the guy that you wipe away, right? So it's just the thing everyone's getting on. So I'm glad that Madam Glam has also done that. So your soak off no wipe top coat. Really nice size bottles, 15 ml. I will, obviously if you go to their webpage, you can see what's in the polishes. So I will just leave that there. Maybe you can pause a little bit and see all that's in there. They do have their own lamps, I will say. When I go to use this, and I always tell you guys, whenever you're doing gel polishes, you want to make it super safe. The same, system, the base, the color coats and the top coat. If they have a primer, you're going to use their primer. That's just how I do it. I've had nails my whole life. They've always been real strong and healthy. I've been doing this for like 20 years using gel polishes, and everything's great and wonderful, and I haven't had any issues. So I always just recommend sticking to that. Now, if you have extensions on and you want to mix and match polishes, that's fine. I would just pay attention to the curing times of the polishes, and then just use the best lamp that you have. So, funny enough, I do not have the Madam Glam larger lamp, so I went to look at one of my basic lamps, and I went to Madam Glam's site, and I saw that their lamps, I think, are very powerful. It's 96 watt, which is like the most I've ever heard. A lot of times 48, 36 watt lamp. But it's the nanometers. I know I don't really want to get into all that, but since I don't have their lamp, and I always like to keep within the system, so the lamp for the system, everything the same. I went to see the specifications, and it's 365 nm plus, I think, 405. I can't remember the second number. Nm nanometers or whatever it is. And that's how the lights, how they can penetrate, or like the particles or whatever it is. So I looked up my sun UV lamp because I do have that, and I usually use that whenever I'm not sure, if I don't have that specific company's lamp, and it's the same thing. It's a LED UV system, and it's 365 and 405 nm. So I'm like, all right, perfect. So I'll be using that today. But like I said, if you are looking for a lamp and you like the Madam Glam system, I would just pick up their lamp. But anyway, so soak off base coat. I don't think I paused on that one yet for you guys as far as what's in there. It looks like this one has a few more. Well, maybe not. This says directions. I thought it was this whole list. So there you go. So you can see what's in it. And then it does say that for the base coat, you're going to cure it with an LED light, of course, 1 minute, or UV light 2 minutes. So old school UV lights, it's generally double. So 1 minute LED, 2 minutes in a UV. Same thing for the top coat. And these are the colors I chose. Oh, this little guy popped off. So I will say, actually it popped off of this one. Oh, something is missing. Okay, this guy didn't have a top, I suppose, or something. Yeah, it's not in here. But this is a color, I believe it is called, I just looked it up because I wanted to make sure the colors that I had chosen. You know what? Excuse me, the name's not on here, but like I said, I just looked it up. It's Blessing is what this one's called. And it is a beautiful white, but it looked like it had shimmer or something to it. So let's open this up and check it out. And I'm sorry that the top is popped off. Generally, they're on there. I don't see it anywhere in here, and I don't think it's in the packaging. Yeah, no. Okay. So let's open this guy up. Oh, yeah, okay. So I was planning on just doing a nail design pretty much with all the colors. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but if not, I will definitely follow up with more. It is a very shimmery white. I know you can't see it. Let me see if I can focus even more. It's not focusing at all, is it? It is super shimmery, like the smallest particles in there that make it shimmer, okay? So sorry about that. I know it's hard to see, and especially since I don't have the little cap to show you. But that one's called Blessing. I will say, I'm just thinking of the names off the top of my head. This one is Midnight Magic. Okay. Oh, there it is. Yay! I was gonna say, it must be on here somewhere. There you go. I looked everywhere but the bottom of the bottle, guys. Midnight Magic, so that's the little example they have for you. I love that because when I store these, I have them like this, and I can just look at the top. I'm like, oh yeah, I want a pink, I want a purple, and I just start grabbing the polishes that way. But this is a beautiful, chunky glitter. It looks like it's in a very light kind of gray suspension. That's going to be awesome. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I love their glitters. I mean, whenever I've received a glitter of theirs, it has blown me away. Just so pretty. So I have two cat eyes, but let's look at this one next. This is Sizzling Lime, and I was also curious of this one. So see how this one has white and it has like little specks. They kind of show you that it's glittery but shimmery. It's shimmery like this one. I don't know if you can see on the bottle. And sometimes they call these things flash glitters and things like that, so that when a light hits it a certain way, it just looks really amazing. I don't know if you can see that. It looks really pretty. So let's see what the polish itself looks like. Yeah, this is some cool stuff. It looks jelly to begin with, but maybe it builds up. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I know it doesn't almost focus on everything but that. That's going to be so awesome. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I went with some kind of bright colors and things I thought would be fun for Halloween. This is Sweet Candy, and it is a pink cat eye. Now, I don't have a cat eye tool here, but I do have cat eye tools, magnets basically, so I will pull a magnet from my stash when we go to use it. A lot of times if I have it available already, I'll show you how, even on here, you can pull the cat eye. And the shift, it looks like it's like a pink shift. So even though it's hot pink or like a darker pink, it does have a pinky, instead of like silver glitter that kind of moves around, or I don't know if it's glitter, I guess pieces, mica pieces, whatever it is, the metal portion of it. That one looks like it's pink and pink, so it's really lovely. I don't think they mess with it in the cap, though. You can see it's just pink. Like they just left it kind of shimmery looking. You don't have to magnetize your cat eyes if you don't want to. And then this one is Citrus Dream. So I'm just debating if I'm going to put on extensions or just go in with my polish. We will see. We will see. This is going to be fun. Okay. And then this one here, again, it's like orange, but it's more of a bronzy orange. Again, I was thinking fall when I chose the colors I chose. So this one has, I would say it's kind of a peachy shift. At least that's what it looks like. I don't know if you can see like the little swirls that are over here. But we will definitely check that out. Okay, guys. So again, I always encourage you just to do the safest gel manicure possible. And for me, that means thin coats, curing for the time that it says on the bottles. You know what? I forgot to pause on here so you guys can check that out. Always, if you get any on your skin, just clean it up before you actually cure. You definitely want to do that so that, you have the safest and best cure possible. Like I said, I've never had issues, and I've been doing this for a long time on myself. So there you go. I'm just letting you check those out so when you pause, you can see what all is in them. Sorry, I'm going to do that for a minute. For each one, this is Blessing. I don't know that they're going to be much different. I would assume they have the same but it might be a little different. You know, cat eye from like this guy. This guy does definitely have a different info than the cat eye did. And then this is Midnight Magic. And so you can pause there and see what all is in them and go from there. They don't have any kind of discernible scent. I know sometimes I'll have a gel polish where it has a little odor. It smells kind of earthy. You know, this one, I wouldn't even smell it. It smells like even a polish. You know how polish has a little bit of an interesting odor to it. This is very, very minimal, if anything at all. So, okay. I will decide if I'm going to put on tips or if we're just going to, or extensions, or if we're just going to go into our natural nails, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so before we even get started, I've already put on some sunscreen. I am going to wear some little gloves that help keep, you know, just the UV and things off your hands. So I do both of those things. And then we need to prep. So I've already taken the polish off my nails. They're shiny because I put on sunscreen. So we're going to take care of that in just a moment. Go ahead and shape your nails and do all that kind of good stuff. I already shaped my nails literally a few days ago, so I think they're still pretty good. So with every manicure, any manicure really, if you're going to add extensions or gel polish or just regular polish, you want to push back your cuticles very gently. Again, we're not trying to hack them away. If you guys like to clip them, do that. I'm not a nipper. Every once in a while, if they get really out of control, they look bad or there's a lot of dead skin hanging onto the cuticle, I will trim that away. But for now, all you're going to do is take away whatever dead skin might be attached to your nail plate. You really need to get rid of that. And I do this with all 10 fingers, of course. Take my time. There's not too much because I've been doing this recently. A lot of things with my nails. And then go ahead and just take the shine off. I use a buffing block. I know that's not like the grittiest thing. It's actually very fine. But I don't like really getting into my nails and then having very soft and flexible and pliable nails when I'm done. And you guys can see my nails are healthy. They're strong. I would show that. And I've been doing gel things, extensions for a very long time, like acrylics, right? For, like I said, about 30 years. But the gels, you know, maybe the last 18, 20 years. So I just do it very gently and I don't have problems, guys. So I don't know. All right. That's what I'm going to do with all 10 fingers to get them ready. Okay. And when I go to do my other, you know, my opposite hand, using my non-dominant hand, I'm just very careful. That's also pushing back, still scrape. Be careful when you're scraping, especially with a metal implement. And then go in and buff. Easy enough. Okay, so I just finished that. Of course, the nails look rough, and I'm going to take a lint-free wipe, a little alcohol. You can do a little prep. If you have a little prep one, that's usually alcohol and acetone mixed together. Whatever you need, but wipe away, fluff away, whatever you need to do to get rid of the little dust that might be all around. And then I'm going to put my gloves on, okay? I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I do like to do one hand at a time. I do have my lamp here again. These guys are 60 seconds, so I'm going to set this for 60 seconds. I'm going to turn it off. Well, hold on, that's a lie. There you go. I hope I didn't put it on low heat mode. Let's see, half. Okay, let's turn that off. Okay, perfect. Okay. And so we'll begin. I don't know why I brought this out, my little cat eye magnet. I'm not going to use it today because today I'm going to use these guys to do the manicure you saw in the thumbnail. These are all from different collections. So Madam Glam they'll put out collections monthly. And so, yeah, I don't remember the name of each and every one, but they are from different collections. But I just chose these because I like the colors. I think they'll work for Halloween time. So those are the three I'll be using, and they're not cat eyes today. And then, of course, our base coat and our top coat. Now, if you like to use primer and things like that, or if you want to pick up, I'm assuming they have a primer, go for it. I just go with what it is. And I generally do four fingers, and my thumbs separately because I just want to get a good cure. If you look into like these lamps, it does tell you can put all 5 fingers, but I don't want it to not cure because your thumb is like this and this area is not really getting a light hitting it. Okay, so that's just me. Do whatever you like. So I'm going to do... Excuse me. So now we're going to get started with the manicure. So, soak off base coat, of course. And I worked with these before, but I guess I can show you. It's a nice viscosity. I mean, great. Not very strong scent at all. You're going to push, into the cuticle area. Don't flood your cuticle, of course. put the polish everywhere you need it to be. If you get any on your skin, go ahead and scrape that off, or use a little brush with a little acetone on it or a little alcohol and wipe off your skin. I did it very thin. It does look nice and coated, but thin coats. You're always wanting thin coats with anything gel polish. I would say with any manicure, you know, base coat your color coats just because you want everything to cure or air dry well. So there's that. I'm going to dip a little bit more. And I'll show you this one hand, and then I usually speed up with music for using my non-dominant hand on my dominant hand, if you're interested in that. But it does self-level really nice. I don't know if you saw, it's kind of streaky as I'm putting it on, but now it's leveling and it looks really good. I'm going to use the other side. Again, that's a little much, so I'm going to take some off. And right into the thing. I always say wherever you put the base coat, your polish will stick. If you don't have base coat there, your polish won't stick. So you really want to make sure you're getting it all over your nails, especially if your nails are a special shape like mine are today. And I believe they are 60-second coats with everything. So 1 minute in LED or 2 minutes in UV. So I'm going to go ahead and place my hand in my lamp. As my nails are curing in here, I will say, and I don't feel any heat spike or anything like that, so that's great. That's another reason you want to do your thin coats. And I'm going to accent with some Perfect Black and Perfect White so we can do some of our nail art. It's going to be very simple today. I just want to play with these colors and see how that goes. So a few more seconds. Okay, so that should be nice and cured. Of course, I'm not going to touch it. And that's just how that is. So I think I'm going to do 3 nails with this glitter coat. I'm going to do a green nail and a white nail, and then we're going to do some nail art on those nails. So let me get a little closer, and hopefully my camera still won't keep it too dark. A lot of times when there's a lot of white going on, it compensates and it's hard to see. But I'm going to put this Midnight Magic, again, thin coats, so I'm trying to wipe it down. And all the way to your cuticle, of course, and up. And I'm going to use this as its own polish. You can definitely pair this on top of a color if you want. Just try to get your whole nail. I always struggle with that when my nails are shaped like this when they're fun, because it's hard to get in all these little nooks and crannies. Okay, so there you go. Again, thin coats. I will say for a glitter polish, as I mentioned, I love their glitter polishes. A lot of payoff. A lot of times you have to fish around for the glitter and make sure it's placed right and all those kinds of things. I will say I did get a little on my skin here, like the smallest amount. So I'm going to scrape that away. Oh, I meant to grab a paper towel. I always like to have a paper towel with me to wipe this on, but I have a little scrap of something over here. Oh, a little on this side. And I'm doing this real time because I want you to see how long it actually takes me, you know, to kind of get this going. Let's use this one. I think I'm going to put it on my middle finger. So pretty. So the one in this collection this comes from is just a lot of colors just like this with, I think, again, like it seems to be that flash glitter. So pretty. Brush is nice and wide, so I will say I did get a little more on my skin here. It has a lot of flexibility, which is nice, but for the same reason I got it on the sides of my finger here. And then let's go in with Blessing. I believe that's this one. Yes. So again, thin coats. I don't really care what this first coat looks like because I'm going to build up my color. So if it takes 2 or 3 coats, great. You just want to make sure your coats are curing well, so thin coats. I will say one tip is not to push all the way back into your cuticle area at the beginning because it can build up and sometimes it gets a little bulky in that area. So if you start with a little bit higher up, you're good to go. But I think we're good to go for our 60 seconds in the lamp. Okay. That 60 seconds just ended. It looks something like this. And I'm going to go in with my second coat of each of the colors. And then another 60 seconds. Again, if you have an old school UV lamp, you're doing 2 minutes. It is very chunky glitter. So I'm trying to lay it down. I think 2 coats is going to be just fine for that. So that's good. Get a little more over here. And trying to lay those glitters down to make them cooperate. I can see on the very edge of my nail where they're a little spiky looking still. So let's just lay that down. Maybe from the side, bring some of them back over here. Okay. Self levels, of course. And then a little bit of our green. And again, I'll be a little more careful this time to get all over my fingers. This color is so fun. And again, if I build it up or not, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. If I like it a little bit sheer, it's kind of fun like that. Looks like 2 coats is gonna do it. And then our blessing. And let's just push that back. Again, nice even thin coats. Okay. And I always give it a moment to self-level even though I'm ready to pop it in the lamp. Just kind of let that go. All right, I'll put that in for 60 seconds. Okay, guys. So for this next one, I'm gonna do a little bit of nail art, and I mean a little bit. So I'm gonna take some of this white. I'm probably gonna go ahead and top coat the glitter nails because we don't need anything else on those. I don't think. Let me see. Yeah, they look pretty good. Okay, sorry about that. And I was just thinking, I brought this white, but you can definitely use the blessing. I don't know if I can show you. It just is very hard to show. It has a lot of shimmer to it. I don't know, maybe with the outdoor pictures. Sorry, it's very hard to show you that. So anyway, a little bit of white and just a little bit of black here. And okay, so for, ooh, hold on. Actually, let me go ahead and top coat. I'm gonna take the top coat for the 2 glitter nails, and then we can do the other artwork. Again, top coat, really nice, has a nice viscosity. Thin coats, I always say, got your thin coats. This one's kind of coming down already. There we go. Something like that. On the whole nail. Okay, I'm gonna let that settle while we do this. So this one, I was thinking to do drips. I don't know if I want to do from the tip down or from the back of the nail, but maybe here. So I'm just gonna add, actually lower on that one. And then maybe like here and here. And then I'm just gonna wipe that off. You can use the same tool, it's just a dotting tool from like my crafts. Or you can bring in an actual nail art brush and kind of just finish this off. Now, just because it's on the top of your nail doesn't mean you should just pile it on and be like, oh yeah, that's great, you know. You still want to build it up. So I'm gonna lay this on here and see what it looks like. Or if I think I need more coats, I will do that. I just want to like goo. It's not the biggest deal. Kind of looks like icing at this point. So again, you want a good cure, so you definitely want to let it do its thing. Nice and thin coats. But if you're happy with it, then you don't have to come in again. I think with the drip area is fine, but the very tip probably needs a couple coats. So anyway, I'm just gonna wipe that off for a moment. And then this other one, I'm really debating what I was gonna do, but maybe like a little mummy. So let's get ourselves some black polish on like a liner brush. See how well I can do this. So we're just gonna make little bands. So if you're gonna go from like this side, oh, I need more. I'm kind of turning my hand a little bit. Good thing it's a mummy because it can look not great. Another band here. And I'll finish this then, like flesh it out when I'm ready to do that. But like, let's put some here. Some little lines. And then maybe some going like, I don't know, doesn't matter. Like here. Okay, and anything you don't like, you can definitely clean up with a brush with acetone on it, or, well, I would rather do alcohol. It just works really well. So let's say another little band here. The reason I'm doing it in twos is in pairs, so that it looks like it's where a bandage started and stopped. You know, so again, just more lines, maybe another one here, even though that one doesn't have a pair to it, that's okay. And then maybe some going this way. Okay. And then to finish that one off, I'm going to add some little eyeballs. So I don't know where, but maybe here and here. So it just looks like there's some little eyes. Okay, that hand is ready to go into the lamp for 60 seconds. Okay, it's been 60 seconds. And again, I want to get a little more white on that front piece. And I'm telling you, just safely, guys, because if you really stack it on and it doesn't cure well, you might be in a little world of hurt. So it's better to make sure everything is well cured and build it up if you have to. So for that one, I just needed to add a little more on the tip. I think the goo part looks fine. Let's just do that. And then for this other guy, I'm just gonna leave this here. We're gonna go ahead and top coat this one because I'm done with that nail as far as I'm concerned. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my top coat. Again, these are no wipe top coats. And essentially, if you put on your top coat and your color starts moving, then that means that polish was not cured well. You need to soak it all off or go ahead and put it back for a little bit. But if you're doing this and it starts moving, then obviously you're gonna have to soak it off. These two are already cured. No wipe top coat feels great. So I'm only gonna put these two fingers in the lamp. There's no reason to over cure or keep curing these other nails. So I'm gonna put these two in and I'll be back. Okay, so again, no wipe top coat. This one doesn't have a top coat yet, so we're gonna go ahead and top coat that guy because I'm done with it. And that is that. So again, if you get any on your skin, go ahead and clean that up before you cure your polish. But now I'm just gonna put my middle finger into the lamp. All right, I'll be back. Okay, guys, so that is it. No wipe top coats, good to go. I'm not gonna take my gloves off yet because I still have to do my thumbnails, but that is my design for today. And it could be that he's looking at you this way or he's looking at you this way. It's cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the exact same thing with my other nails and then 2 glittery thumbs. All right, I'll be back. Okay guys, 1 second left and that is that. So I took my glove off the other hand just because they're a little tight. So I don't like having them so close on my fingers, but that one wasn't going in the lamp anymore. So take this off. I like to go and wash my hands. Sometimes I'll wipe the top anyway, just because, like, why not? Sometimes you just have like a little sticky feeling. I don't know, it's just from doing all the stuff that you did, you know, you just have like a feeling. So I always like to do that with my alcohol wipes. And then I'm gonna clean up. Of course, my instruments I also clean off really well. I'm gonna go wash my hands and we'll take a look and we will apply some cuticle oil, and that's that. Okay guys, so I just washed my hands, you know, put your lotion on, do all that good stuff, whatever you like to do. What I love about this kind of polish is that if you want to put in some, you know, 3D acrylic art, you can do that. Some, you know, attach some rhinestones, do some gel work, whatever it is, you can do that on gel polish. It will hold it for you just like if it was on an extension. You know, the extension is one thing, but the gel polish is what actually holds the stuff, right? So if you want to do that right now, you can definitely do that. I did struggle with this little, I put eyeballs and I was like, I don't know if they really look like eyes. So I put the eyes on the side over here and I just made that look like another bandage, but you know, I always try to do my best, obviously, when I'm working non-dominant hand to the dominant hand. But I will go ahead and apply my cuticle oil, guys. I'll have some images for you. Again, the discount code for Madam Glam. Generally, you use it if they don't already have a sale going, because if they do, it's not going to work. You know, it's one or the other, right? So go for the best one is what I would say, of course. And thanks for watching. Thanks so much to Madam Glam for sending these items for review. I will definitely follow up with cat eye tutorials on the other polishes. But for now, that is our sweet and fun little design. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now. I mean, you guys, look how sparkly. I can't even get the camera to focus. There are Mylar chips and things like that in this polish. Really fun. But again, I just use it as a, you know, on its own, but it can make a nice topper too. Wow. I mean, even in the shade, it looks so good.